Welcome to Derek Does. Today, we're doing this. This is a series I did on baking. I did this a couple years ago and I just hated to waste it. And I thought I'd throw it up here on Derek Does because I do a lot of stuff. Now this particular one is this, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. Hi everybody, welcome to Baking with Derek. I'm Derek and today I'm gonna show you how to make sourdough starter biscuits. This is something that's super easy to make. It's delicious, everyone in the family's gonna love it. And what we do is we use our old starter as we replenish our starter. So if you don't have any starter and you wanna get into the whole sourdough bread and everything, check out my previous videos. I'm gonna try to show them up there. So I'm gonna show you how to make sourdough biscuits. And it's only gonna take maybe like 40 minutes tops. Come on. All right, before we begin anything, we have to set the oven because this is a really fast process. It's super easy, it's super fast, and it's super delicious. So we just want to set our oven to 425. And hopefully by the time that's ready, we'll be ready. Okay, step number 2, gotta get a cookie sheet. And what I like to do, instead of greasing it, just because it's always kind of a mess, I just use a little parchment paper. This way you don't have to get exact, you kind of just fold it to the size of your pan. You don't have to be precise on this at all. Flip it. You're ready to go. All right, now let's make the ingredients. What we're gonna do first are the dry ingredients, and they're really simple. It's just 1 cup of all-purpose flour, you want 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we want 2 teaspoons of what's going to make these really great, is baking powder. Now we're going to mix this together. Just get that all put together. And the thing we need to add now is 1 stick of butter, which is 8 tablespoons. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna crumble this cold butter with all this flour. So basically, use your fork to break this up. And what you want, move it around in the flour mixture so that it starts sticking to it. This way you won't get all buttery. Because what you want is the little bits of butter to mix with the flour. And when it bakes, that's what's going to give you the light and fluffy, airy biscuits. Kind of like a pastry. You don't want your butter to get room temperature. You want to keep it cold. You can see it's crummy. But there's still some chunks in there of butter that we need to break up. Okay, I think we're good. Our next step, we're going to add our sourdough starter. Now this is the pull away I've taken from the sourdough starter, because what you want to do is keep your sourdough starter constantly with fresh flour. So this is about 225 grams of sourdough starter. And as you can see, it's nice and healthy, and we're going to add this into our dough. And just gently incorporate it. All right, now we're gonna put this out on the counter. Dump out our dough. what we want to do is just make sure that this all got incorporated. We're not really kneading this because we're not, oh, there's our oven. We're not really doing gluten like we would with a normal bread. This is a biscuit. We just want to get this all into one dough. And this is good. All right, so what I like to do actually is roll it down a little bit. You want it about an inch tall or so, in that range. And you want to use a biscuit cutter. This one's about a 2.5 size. If you don't have a biscuit cutter, you can use a glass. Just make sure you flour it when you go in. So basically we're gonna try to make 6. And when you do biscuits, you wanna first cut them out, and then you can lift your extras. And then with this, all we do is we put it back into a dough shape. And then with this one, we're just gonna push it in there because that's all there is. We're just gonna arrange these. Kind of like how we did with our hamburger buns, previous video, because these are gonna rise. This one's obviously not as pretty because this is the leftovers, but these are ready to go in the oven. So let's put them in the oven right away. Again, we have it for 425. We're just gonna put them right in the top. I don't put anything's water to give it moisture because it doesn't really need it. And we're gonna set it for about 22 minutes. All right, 22 minutes has passed and our biscuits are ready. Let's turn off the oven. Let's take them out. Look at that. Beautiful, takes 40 minutes. They're just amazing. And you can make these so easy with your sourdough starter that you're gonna throw out anyway. The nice thing about this is it only makes about 6, so you don't feel obligated to eat like 20 of these things because they're not, you know, the healthiest thing in the world, but they are super delicious. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the inside. So if you like any of these bakes, check them all out. I've got tons of bakes coming up, tons of bakes I've done. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time.